Welcome back. The poor state of the Benin-Ekpoma-Auchi road has become a major source of concern for the Edo State government. That route serves as a major link between Benin City, the state capital, which is the commercial hub, and the north and central senatorial districts. During an inspection of some ongoing projects in the state, Governor Godwin Obaseki regretted the missed opportunities when two indigents of Edo State origin previously served as ministers of works in the federal government.
The Edo State Governor, Mr. Godwin Obaseki, and his entourage make a detour at Okwo village axis of the Benin-Auchi Expressway in the modern local government area of Edo State. The team is on an assessment tour of road projects in Edo's central senatorial district of the state, as well as the failed portions of the Benin-Ekpoma-Auchi Expressway. The poor state of the Benin-Auchi road is a source of concern for motorists.
To get to Ekpoma, I will spend 2 hours on this road. Okay. We have nowhere to pass here.
For the Edo State government, the deplorable condition of the major road linking the capital, Benin City, the central as well as the northern parts of the state is a major setback.
It's beyond being a federal road. I mean, you know, this is a major road. It's the economic lifeline of Edo State. You cannot go from... This is the road that takes you from Benin through the longest span of the state to Edo North. You know, we're stuck here. We cannot get from Benin to Ekpoma, you know, because the road has failed.
Governor Obaseki bemoans missed opportunities to carry out repairs on the Edo axis of the Benin-Ekpoma-Auchi Expressway, in spite of two former ministers of works coming from the area.
That we had an opportunity in the history and the life of the states to produce a minimum of 2 federal ministers of works. And some of them are from this area. And we did not have the privilege of them using their influence in government at the federal level to help dualize this road. This is the only main artery connecting Edo State that is not dualized.
Concluding the inspection, the Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki says intends to visit the Minister of Power Works and Housing, Mr. Babatunde Fashola, to mobilize the contractors handling the Benin-Ekpoma Expressway project back to site.
Residents of Alagbado community in Ilorin, west of Kwara State, are currently in dire straits as the authority of the Nigerian Airforce lays claim to a large expanse of land on which they built their houses. To exercise the right of ownership, the Air Force has started the process of marking buildings for possible demolition and erecting fences. Community Report tonight examines the situation on the ground, as well as the appeal by the affected residents.
The presence of this bulldozer in Alagbado community, located some few kilometers from Eyenkore village, is a source of threat to residents here who are mainly civil servants. For some days now, this once-upon-a-time quiet community has been thrown into frenzy by the sudden visitation of the authority of the Nigerian Air Force, laying claim to the ownership of the land. Several houses are already marked for possible demolition, which to this landlord is strange, since no one informed them that the land belonged to the Air Force at the time of acquisition.
We bought from the community, and even in the course of building, the town planning came. We saw them, we discussed with them, we got the necessary paper from them, they give us receipts and stuff. So people went to the extent of getting a C of O and stuff like that. But now coming at this time, at this stage, everybody was surprised because we don't even know the community. They didn't tell anybody that this place belongs. There was no signboard, there was no signal that this place belongs to the airport, to the Air Force Authority.
One of the traditional rulers of the community that sold part of the disputed land maintained that they were not aware their fathers had any dealings with the Air Force.
àwọn ọgbà kọ́bọ̀ lọ́wọ́ Airforce kankan àsìbánú àkọọ́lẹ̀ pé àwọn bàbá wa gba kọ́bọ̀ lọ́wọ́ Airforce tẹ́kọ̀ tí Airforce tó fi pò ń lò nílẹ̀ Alagbado ẹyẹ ń kọrin àwa la ní nǹkan wa.
Responding, the Civil Military Coordinator, Nigerian Air Force, Kwara State, who claimed the land was acquired by the Air Force to build their permanent site, added that the next line of action will be communicated from the headquarters.
How do you get a land, compensated the people regarding the land, and another set of people are now starting selling the land to the extent they have sold 20 hectares of the land? And what we need to do after doing what the Air Force authority said we should do, the headquarters will now decide what to do, whether to demolish, whether to concede, whether to resell the land to people who acquire. That will be the decision of the Chief of Air Staff.
In the last couple of days, the Air Force has started erecting fences as well as signposts and gates to signal their presence and their ownership of the land, which, according to the Director General Lands Bureau in the state, was a reason for the encroachment being experienced.
They entered because the Air Force did not take possession and it was not properly protected. Probably that is what tempted many of those that bought land there to go in there. And since they have built, we should look at how to accommodate them. But we should avert further encroachment. This we discussed with the Air Force commander, who said he doesn't have the power to allow them, but he will contact the headquarters, who would decide on their feet.
At the moment, it's an atmosphere of uncertainty hovering over Alagbado community, a situation the people would wish becomes a thing of the past. However, this can be achieved would be a welcome development.
The Minister of Works, Power and Housing, Mr. Babatunde Fashola, has challenged the distribution companies in Nigeria to step up their network capacity to align with the growth of power generation and transmission and to enable more consumers access to electricity. The minister was attending the monthly meeting of industry operators in Lagos, says efforts are in the last stages to restore power to Magboro areas in Ogun State and several others in Ondo State under the Benin Disco, which has been without power supply for many years.
Every month since 2016, stakeholders in the power value chain in Nigeria, comprising generation companies, distribution companies, the Nigeria Electricity Regulation Commission, the Transmission Company, NDPHC, MBET, NELMCO, NMPC, CBN, GASCO, and of course the Minister of Works, Power and Housing, sit under one roof to prefer solutions to the decades-long challenge of electricity in the country.
We have a proposal for 2 by 59 years at the stadium that will also enable everyone around Surulere and Telio Show to have more access to power. Right now, they are not getting enough. But when we finish that, everybody will be okay.
It's the 19th. And an edition that has a different narrative. So that whilst incremental power has always been an issue, coupled with transmitting same, the minister has announced that Nigeria now have more power than the distribution companies can carry. They are 2,000 megawatts less in capacity.
The truth today is that we have more power available to go on the grid, over 6,000 megawatts, because generation has improved, transmission has also improved, but the capacity is now above what the discos can carry, so they have to now play catch-up.
As regards liquidity issues and debts owed by the federal government to the discos, which some operators claim may cripple power supply and also responsible for low investment to increase capacity, the minister had this to say.
We had claims of over 90 billion. We've been able to verify only about 27 billion. So we have presented a council memo to take to council to approve that we pay what we have verified. Of course, understandably, some of the discos are saying no, they don't agree with those figures, and we're saying bring the figures that you don't agree with. We will check. If we find out that you are right, we will pay. But there's also the other side that the discos also owe the entire system payment for the bulk power that they receive and they should go and sell, and for which some of them are remitting as low as 30% of the energy that they collected. That is a function of many problems, and they have to be overcome.
Having achieved over 6,000 megawatts in capacity may be a feat, but when compared to the miles left to go for the large Nigeria's population, work may have just only started for the industry practitioners. Olu Phillips, Channels Television News.
The Western Union Mega Promotions has rewarded 52 lucky winners of the first phase of its promo. Organized by 13 agent banks, Mega Promotions is targeted at customers who send money through Western Union during the promo period. Speaking at the prize-giving ceremony, the senior country manager of Western Union for ECOWAS region, Olumide Olorunshola, promises a more exciting offer for Western Union subscribers in the next batch of the promo.
Over the years, they've helped families, colleagues, business associates, and relatives. They've helped them to send money and receive money. They've impacted.
Life could indeed be a bed of roses for those who dare to take a chance. And that's what the Western Union Mega Promotions is saying as it rewards 52 lucky winners of the just concluded first batch of an ongoing three-pronged promo offer. 2 lucky winners from First Bank and EcoBank PLC, Gabriel Oshikoya and Gloria Edafe, get the star prize as they go home with a brand new Hyundai car each. 50 others won a microwave and a blender each. With EcoBank and First Bank giving out brand new cars in this year's Western Union Mega Promotion, these banks are offering their loyal Western Union subscribers an exciting package.
We're saying, come do your remittances Western Union from EcoBank, where your details are preserved well and handed over to Western Union in promotions like this for you to stand a chance of winning this kind of beautiful car and a lot of consolation prizes.
We have come here to ascertain that those who actually won these cars when it was drawn some time back are actually the ones that are getting these prizes. So the process has been very transparent, and we've been with them all through, and it's a good one.
For the Western Union Mega Promo Star Prize winners, going home with a brand new car comes with some exciting stories to tell.
I'm happy because ordinarily, initially when they told me, I didn't believe. But not until when they called me, I received about 3 calls. And then the branch manager called me as well to confirm it to me. And I happened to know the branch manager. It was then that I then believed that, yes, I'm really the winner of the car.
The second phase kicks off from September the 18th to October the 31st. Customers can be part of this offer by walking up to any of the agent branches, picking up the entry cards, filling and sending. So the Western Union is saying you can join the league of brand new Hyundai and other consolatory prizes by sending money to your loved ones using Western Union.
Some foreign nationals and their Nigerian collaborators have been arrested by the Nigerian Navy for allegedly diverting 22 metric tons of diesel and an illegal ship-to-ship transfer along the Calabar water channel. The vessel, NV Princess Oge, is said to have brought the product from offshore Lome to deliver to a tank farm in Calabar before it was intercepted. Still ahead on the news at 10, Mercedes driver Lewis Hamilton wins dramatic Singapore Grand Prix to extend his championship lead to 28 points. We'll have more in sports news. Just stay with us.